It's me. It's that time again for Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr., the late night talk show here on IGTV. It must be 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am live and in color, or I'm live and colored. Did I say that? I am here. We're going to talk about all kinds of things tonight, as we always do. It's a random talk. We start with a conversation and then we continue more. It's Saturday night. It is what episode is this? 21, episode 21. And again, it's PG-13. We're not X or R rated. We're not crazy talk. But we talk about real stuff. And I got some things to talk about. I'm going to bring it up. And I think I'm shortly going to turn this camera around. And if you come through, some people stop by, some people stay for the whole show, some people will come in and out. Doesn't matter to me. I'm here for you. It's late night. I am here for you. And whatever it is you need. So let's turn this around to me. It's me. It's me, folks. And I'll put this over here. Hi, kids. Hi, Kimberly Cupcake. How are you? I am actually doing a little bit of work. I took some time off. Do a little work. I'm so proud of myself because I'm crocheting. I'm learning how to crochet. And this is my third chain. I'm getting better and better at it. Right now, it's practicing how to start a crochet. So I was starting out with the how to hold the crochet hook, and actually how to start it off, how to make a slip knot, and then how to do this. But it's getting like a braid. It's getting there. So it's my yarn. So I'm learning at 50, almost 51 years old, I'm learning a new skill. And I tell people all the time, that's the thing. It's like sometimes you have to start something, and it doesn't matter what age you are, to start it. And I got my tea and my America. This is my favorite mug right now, my America mug. I'm drinking chamomile tea. I have my cough drops because my throat gets dry sometimes. It says James's Candy. This is from Dylan's Candy Bar. So I went to Dylan's Candy Bar for a second. So Ralph Lauren's daughter, I think her name is Dylan, or one of her is Dylan. She started this big old candy store in New York City. It was like Willy Wonka and a Chocolate Factory, but in a store. 3 stories, it was huge. And it's just all kinds of candy. Retro candy, new candy, old candy, all kinds of candy. It's just the tables are made of candy, the floors have candy in them, the steps have candy in them. It's really a trip. They're on my Facebook, I think from like 5 or 6 or 10 years ago. They're on there. But Dylan's Candy Bar this place was all candy. And so it's what you go in, and you want Mike and Ike, you want whatever it is, It's just, oh, hi, and Mighty Mouse Fit is in here. Hello, folks. He's probably stopping through. I know it's late where he is. We're talking candy at the moment. So Dylan's Candy Bar started in New York City, and I have family from New York. I go to New York all the time. I've been going to New York since I was 11 years old. My family's from Brooklyn, and they're from Upper East Side, Spanish Harlem. That's where they're from. So I go to visit both sides. But anyway, so this was over in the like in Lexington Avenue area, which is a part of New York. And I went in there, and it was like, you can get things with your name on it. It says James. So actually, I don't really eat candy anymore. Just candy's not good for you. And I'm trying to lose weight. So I have my cough drops in here, just in case. Because I'm a talker, sometimes I need a cough drop. Sometimes do that. But Dylan's Candy Bar, they have one in L.A. now. And they have they have a couple in New York and one in L.A. I don't know if they're still around. But it's a good place to get specialty candy. You can get candy baskets made for kids. It's all that sugar. It's just sugar. Sugar's the devil. Sugar's the devil. I've had very little sugar last month, and I've lost over 10 pounds. I'm telling you right there. Kids, we just don't do it. Sugar is one of the biggest addictions. People don't realize that. It's one of the biggest addictions. We're addicted to sugar. And I was like, I didn't know I was addicted to sugar until I was like, I'm addicted to sugar. And there's sugar in everything. There's natural sugars, of course. And then there's, processed sugars. But there's sugar in everything. like in everything. And when I was first losing weight, and I remember the dietitian telling me, well, there's certain fruits and vegetables you should avoid. Now, how are you going to tell somebody from the Caribbean not to have mangoes? How are you going to tell somebody from the Caribbean not to have papaya? Hello? I'm like, I want to have me a mango. No corn. They said, don't have corn. Corn's too much corn. I'm like, so what I've learned is eat in moderation. Don't have 10 mangoes in one sitting. Have one. Don't have a huge giant thing of corn. Have a small piece of corn. That's what I had learned from my experience of doing this. Oh, yes, I'm wearing a Prince shirt. Prince died 4 years ago next week, and I was a huge Prince fan. And it's the song Mountains. So it's a part of the lyrics. Mountains, the sea, mountains and the sea, you and me. That was the song. It's only mountains. Oh, it had ding. And the sea. Yeah, I love that song. It's my favorite Prince songs. That was from his Under the Cherry Moon movie, the Parade soundtrack. So that's what he did. But yeah, so I mean, it's like sugar is like this thing that's just like, it's just too much. And I don't want diabetes. No, we don't want that at all. But I want to make sure that I eat healthier. And so like I said, I've had very little sugar. I haven't eliminated it completely. I try to do under 5 or 6 grams if I can on certain things. I get the Trop 50 orange juice, which has way less sugar in it. And even with that one, sometimes I'll water it down a little bit. I get the Diet Cranberry juice because I just like it has less sugar. I like the taste now. I don't drink soda. I gave up soda like 5 years ago. No soda for me. Done. Soda's just empty calories. That's all it is. Empty calories. So I was like, nope. No thanks for me. I won't be doing that. I might have my cough drop. Man, I've been talking a lot today. And so it's just an interesting thought because they think it's everything else. They think carbs are bad and this is bad. And it's a piece of a thing. That was a piece of a cough drop. It wasn't even a full cough drop. That's weird. It was a weird one. It's all carbs and this and that. And those things have things to do with it too, but it's like sugar is the one that really helps you gain fat. So we ain't doing that. Oh my God, I rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Actually, I know I am a poet, so I do know it. That's kind of crazy. This morning, I woke up to being interviewed this morning on Jake the Champ. He's a follower here on Instagram. We did a great half-hour interview. It's out there. I posted it on all my social media. And I talked about my life, kind of how I got into this business, how I started, and everything. So it was a really good interview. Just to show you that, yeah, I may do 20 things, but you can do one. And I just did an interview with my old GH Report co-stars, LaQuisha Lyon and Frank Moran, talking about General Hospital, and I really dished the dirt on that one. I had some things to say, and that'll be coming out soon. So, you said it might be a 2-parter. Kind of crazy. So I've been doing that. And I had some ribs delivered to my house from my sister and brother-in-law. I made some ribs. That's right, I don't leave my house. I've been home 32 days, people. 32 days, bitches. 32 days. And a friend of mine sent me a certificate to a soul food restaurant. Ms. B's M&M Soul Food on Manchester. So $25. So I'm going to use that at some point. I might save it for my birthday. I love me some soul food. There ain't nothing like it. I mean, I should be eating it. But I'm going to give myself, every once in a while, it's okay to eat something not as healthy. It's fine. But I have to watch myself because I don't want to get hooked on it. Like I had fried chicken finally the other day. It happened over a month. The fried chicken was so good. Oh my goodness. I almost ate the whole bucket in fucking a day. But it took me a couple days. I ate it. I had black eyed peas. I had greens. It was good. Yeah, the ribs were good. My brother-in-law makes good ribs. He lived 2 blocks away from me. I was like, I'm not leaving the house. They drove by. I just went out to my yard, got my plate. You know, I'm ghetto. Got my plate, came back into my house, and ate one. He gave me a half a rack. So I ate half of that. That was my din-din. It was good. So I had barbecue sauce here already. So that was good. And then, I'm leaving my house. Just walking in here. Look at my hair. It's just like, oh my goodness, look at this. Hungry. Time to eat. Time to eat. No, it's not time to eat. I don't eat this late anyway. I gave that up a long time ago. Eating, my stomach was like, you can't eat late anymore, James. That's just over with. You cannot eat late. It's not good. I try to eat early. I'm talking like grandpa. I try to eat like at 5 or 6 and then be done by 7 at the latest and then just let my food digest. And that also helps you lose weight too, I could tell. But also help me sleep better too. I like sleep. I didn't sleep that long last night, actually. I slept like 4 hours. It was really weird. I woke up wide awake, 6 a.m. Went to bed like at 2, woke up at 6. I was watching TV last night. I've been working on some books and things. And I just couldn't sleep. I woke up wide awake. Okay. And I was up. Okay. If I'm up, I'm up. I didn't fight it. I did nap a couple times today. So that's good. I mean, time. I asked this question on TikTok. Like, does time even matter anymore? Like, I mean, we're not really on any schedule. Those of us who aren't working, like working, we're not on schedules anymore. So it's like, do weekends matter? Are Fridays the goal? Are Mondays still bad? I mean, does it really matter? There's some days I'm like, what day is it? Now, for me, because I am doing a lot of interviews, my schedule for next week, they're all filling in. These are all my guests. For you Days fans, I'll be interviewing Crystal Chappelle, who played Carly Manning next week. My interviews. And I'm also interviewing Wally Kurth, who plays Justin. And General Hospital plays Ned. So we're working on him. And I'm working on interviewing James Reynolds, who plays Abe. I'm friends with him and his wife. So all of that, it's... L-Suite 002, I normally get up early. Too. I'm usually up by 6, 7 o'clock. That's early to me. I mean, that's normal for me also. But because of this time, I've been trying to get up like around 8. So I'm like, I usually can't sleep past 8 o'clock. So I usually try to get up at 8 o'clock. And I do my prayer, meditation, my tea in the morning, and then I start my day. But my first interviews usually start around, all next week they're starting at 11. I had a few start at 10, but most of my interviews, I've been trying to push them to like late morning. So, but I'm like, I don't have to get up so early. Like, I don't have to. So I'm just kind of like, take your time. That's the whole thing. It's like, does time matter at this point? It's like, for me, I'm being very productive. I'm writing books. I'm doing music. I'm organizing things. This is my little organizer over here. That's my ring light. This is my organizer over here. All this stuff I'm working on. And so I'm just like, I do have things I'm doing, but I'm also just like cognizant of that. I don't have to do it. I can all be here. Chances are I'm going to be here for another month. I'm already like another 32 days, or another 30 days at least. I'm sorry, folks. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. So I'm kind of preparing myself mentally for that. That's kind of how it is. But it was a good day today. I mean, it wasn't like super busy. I laid around and watched some television off and on. It wasn't nice in Los Angeles today, so I basically stayed in. It's all about food for me. I made this dish kind of by accident. It turned out to be really good. So I took brown rice, peas, and tuna fish, mixed it together, warmed it up. So good. And healthy. Very healthy. Get my protein, get my fiber, everything. It was good. But I was like, it reminds me of my old days when I was super poor, throwing shit together for a meal. So I know some of you guys know this. I used to take macaroni and cheese. And mix it with stuff. I was so poor, I would take the macaroni noodles and mix it with something else sometimes. Save the cheese sauce packet with something else. I remember I used to get top ramen. That shit's so salty now. I couldn't eat it now if you had me. But I used to take the noodles, and I used to do ketchup sauce when I didn't have spaghetti sauce back in the day. My noodles, put some garlic seasoning, and I was good to go. Save the packet for something else. I know I could take. I was like MacGyver. Give me a stack of pick a thing of gum. and some cornmeal, and I could make a 5-course meal. And that sounds gross together, but you know what I mean. It was like I could take things. My grandmother Mitzi taught me that. Just like, okay, James, what do you got in there? You got some mustard, you got some ketchup. You mix that together into something. You got a hot dog. I got some beans. You make some pork and beans. I mean, my friend Tony talks about the time when he was in college, he would take hamburger patties and some gravy and call it Salisbury steak. I love that. Love that. So it's one of those things of just learning how to make do with what you have. And I'm much more fortunate now that I can have more things. But I still occasionally throw something together and it's like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. So it was rice, brown rice, peas, and it was the chunky light tuna and water. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you do it, kids. That's how you do it. We don't have time for the bull duty. There's no shame in my game. That's exactly what I always say. There's no shame. So you do what you gotta do. So I'm co-writing a book with a friend of mine, Cesar Espino. We do a lot of things together. We have a song out right now called By Larlo. And lots of money. We have 2 songs out right now in Spanish or Spanglish. Excuse me, I'm second a thing here. Oh my God, Georgie. Every time I come on here, somebody I haven't talked to in a long time comes through here. And I can't believe it's you. Look, I got hair. Because I can't get my hair cut. I got hair. I'm old, Georgie. I'm old. I don't care what names you go by now. You'll always be Georgie to me. I'm trying to think, how long have we known each other at this point? I mean, you were like 22, I think, when I met you, when you were here in California. You're like, what, 40 now? What's going on? I'll be 51 next month. In a few weeks, I'll be 51. It's crazy talk. You knew me in my 40s. So I'm writing a book with a friend of mine, Cesar Espino, and we actually have several books coming out. I have books coming out on his label, books coming on my label. And I'm writing right now. It's called "You Can Overcome Anything Despite the Barriers in Your Life." And so I've been writing about this time period in my life where I was in my late 30s and talking about overcoming certain issues. I had a bad job situation, and that's kind of like, oh, okay. I know. Is that wild at 51? I mean, my face looks good, right? I mean, it's a little tired right now because late at night I haven't shaved or anything. But I don't have that many wrinkles. I got a few right here. I'll do this, it's gone. Oh my God, I got wrinkles. No, actually, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I actually don't. It's funny, I've never relied on my looks. It was always my personality and my humor and my resourcefulness. I never was most people. I'm not a vain person, not really. And I had Bell's palsy. Half my face was paralyzed, so I'm not vain. I mean, I went out in public and did that. I'll pop and say, oh, well, thank you, Georgie. I'm glad you came through. Hopefully one day we can catch up one day. Stay safe over there in Europa. My sister's on, you guys. She won't be on for long because she's old and tired. She'll be going to bed soon. But she's stopping through. We're all crocheting together. I was like, There's my thing there. You're writing a memoir too. Very good. Okay, girl. You have to come on my book show. When it's done, ready to release it, come on my book show. In between the pages with James Lott Jr. I'll interview you. Or promote your book. I like to support writers. I do. Zandra, I want to just tell you, and Ricardo, I ate half of the rack of ribs. Delicious. I had that for dinner by itself. I didn't even have anything else. I just had the ribs and that was it. That's all I had. Yeah, girl, so just you DM me at one point when you're ready. We'll be good to go. Let's set it up. And if you don't want to do video, we can do it by phone call in, whatever you want to do. That's fine. So the ribs were good. So I just warmed up a little bit and I just tore into them like I was a carnivore, and that was it, kids. So I have another half left. I'll probably save for tomorrow night, I think. I'm not sure when I eat it. Or for lunch, maybe. I actually have food in my house, so actually I can like I pick and choose what I want to eat now. I got you remember 2 weeks ago I was claiming I had no meat. Now I got more meat than I know what to do with. So I'm good with. I'm like I got meat. So I just can figure that out tomorrow. I got some meat. I got to do the When Calls to Heart after show, so I have to watch that tomorrow. But that's the only thing I have planned. I wish it'd be sunny tomorrow. I'll probably crochet some more. My yarn. I'm hooked. This is my first one I ever did. There's that one. It's a little messy. This is the second one I did, which is a little better. I think I'm making it to put it in a keychain or something. So I'm getting there. They have a sewing machine too. So I want to try to sew at some point. That's the next thing too. I have one of those patterns here somewhere, but I have some fabric. Let me ask your opinion, you guys. Hold that thought. You guys are here. Okay. This is James Lott Jr. Unplugged. Okay, so I'm going to ask your opinion, you guys. So, this is my sewing box. Okay, so I got some fabrics. I want you guys to tell me if you like them or not. So I have this one. I hope you guys like that one. That's number one. I'm going to do something with that. I'll make some pants out of it or something. I don't know. I don't use that one. Well, I got a lot. Well, then I got a lot of this one. Number two. I don't know what it is, but I got this one. I got a lot of this one. I'm like, I don't do anything with that one. Then I have soccer players. Black Don't Crack is on here. Black Don't Crack, I love her. Deborah Hubbard. It's my late night talk show, Deborah. I do this every night on IG. Then I have this pretty one. I use Hardy, the word Hardy's for Scrabble. That's a word. I didn't know that's a word. This is really pretty. It's like silk. So I got some fabrics to work with. I just don't know what I want to do. And then I have this pretty purple. So, I don't know. These are... Oh, then I have the Smurfs. The Smurfs. Papa Smurf. So I don't know. I got to work on it. I got to figure out... Make you a mask. I know people say they want to make masks. I got to learn how to make a mask. I go online and see what they do. But I got fabrics. I forgot if I have to wash them first before I do them. I don't know. I'm not well versed in. I got to learn how to do all that. But I'm gonna show you my sewing machine. It's a mini sewing machine. Look how cute is this. It is like a cute. It came with a cover too. I should plug this in and see if it works. But this is the cutest little thing on earth. It's a mini sewing machine. Isn't that cute? That's cute. Little dials and stuff. I have, like the purple one. The purple one is pretty. You use purple hearts all the time, Kangaroo Cupcake. I don't know how to use this thing. Look at this. I'm moving something. I don't know what that means. But it's the cutest thing. The threads on top. So, I'll give you a little diagram on top. So I have no idea how this works. Speed on and off. Oh my God, it's so funny. I'm so excited to use this. I'll throw that away. But it came with all the accessories. But it came with a case. And it is adorable. Oh. Here's the case. So it comes with its own... Oh, is this the case? Or maybe this is not a case. It's a bag for my goodies. It says dressmaker. I can't see it. Let's see if I can get on there. It says dressmaker. It's a bag for my goodies. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna zip it up. This is like show and tell. I have no idea. I know my mother sewed. I don't know how to sew either. I can't even do a hem. So. It's the bag. It's for my goodies. So I'll put my goodies in there. My goodies, not my goodies. My goodies, not, you know that song from Sierra. It is the cutest thing. So there's all these little accessories. So let's see what this thing is. I'm not doing an unboxing. I didn't even plan on doing an unboxing. Box Wine Poppy, I love you. Okay, so this is the adapter for the little sewing machine. So, okay. But then it came with one of these, which I don't know what that is. That has a thing in there too, so I'll save that. You save everything, of course. And then it came with all the threads and stuff. Okay. It's so cute. All the thread spools, or what do you call them, spools? It came with some. Okay, my fingers ain't gonna fit in those scissors. My fat fingers are not gonna fit in those scissors. It's cute. They give you a bunch of threads. Different colors. Let's see, can I find purple for K. Marie? That's kind of purple. Okay. So I am loving this. It's gonna be really it's gonna be very cute. But this is it's a little tiny sewing machine. So I'm gonna try if I can work that into something. Make sure I get all my instructions, because I'm gonna throw out the box. We don't need boxes for nothing. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try this whole thing and see what it do. I'll let you know. But again, I will need scissors that actually fit. I'm telling you right now, you want the scissors? You can have. My fingers can't even fit in here. Like, my fat fingers can't fit in there. It's like, I mean, I can't even, I mean, it's like, so Xandra, you can have the scissors. I can't do shit with them. They're yours. Measuring thing. A thimble. Well, they even came with pins and stuff. So I'm going to save all this stuff in here. I have no idea what it does. So I'm going to put it all in here. All my threads and everything in here. Well, it came in a little bag. So what is this bag for? This may be for the threads. So I don't want anything to happen to them. Okay, so I'll put the threads in here. So I'm putting the threads in here. So I want nothing happening to them. Okay. So my threads are in this little bag here. The scissors are tiny. I can't do anything with them. I was like, what am I going to do with them? So I'm throwing away all these boxes. Okay. So then I'll put this inside the other bag. Oh my God, this bag is so cute. It's like it's all coming together, you know. It's coming together. And then all the instructions. I'll have to read the instructions. There's a guide. Oh, that's in French. So I can throw away the French ones. I don't speak French. Oh, and one in Spanish. I do speak Spanish. So one in Spanish, one in English. I'll save them. And then this looks like this is the thing you plug in. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. So I got all that. So I will save that. Put these in here. And I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted on what James Lott Jr. is going to do with this sewing machine. This is so cute. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'll post it online. It's cute. So I can sit right here. And I can sit right there. And then I have my bag of thread. So I think maybe the purple or maybe the striped one are the winners. I'm looking at this one here. I like this one a lot. It feels good too. So yeah, I'll look it up. So I have to wash these before I do them. And then the purple one is very sleek. It's very cute. So I don't know. So I gotta figure those out. So I'm gonna look, and I have the Smurf one. I'm Papa. They call me Papa Smurf anyway because I'm a big bear guy. So I'm thinking do something with that. It's like it's actually a cutout. It is a cutout. I don't know where this came from. My mother had this. Oh, you can make a Smurf pillow. That's what it is, because it says on the bottom, leave opening for stuffing. So I guess, oh, okay. So I can sew the, oh, so I got to sew. Okay, my first things I'll do, I got to sew the sides. So I got to cut it out around the edges, and then I guess sew the sides. I got to figure it out. So I'm excited. So I got to find out, do I... It's my own clothing line, right? Really funny. James, Lott Clothes or something. Lott Fashions. JLJ Fashions. That's what it is. JLJ Fashions. I write a little note to myself because I'm going to find out. I got to look it up. Unless you guys can tell me. JLJ Fashions. I got to do I have to wash fabric first before sewing? All right, so that's my little thing for myself. So that's good. So anyway, put that over here, my stuff. I'm very organized. Everything's organized. That was in there. That's so cute. I love that thing. It's so cute. I'll take a picture of it afterwards. So anyway, so I have all these little projects I'm working on for fun. I still have my puzzle I'm still working on. I'm still painting. What I'm doing for myself is, this is maybe good advice for anybody. I'm also reading a book. So I'll show you a book I'm reading, actually. I'll show it for you guys. Show it to you guys. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's over here. Behind my light. Right back. Sorry, folks. Right back. This is episode 21. We're working it out. So, okay. So I'm also reading this book, Ladies Who Punch, The View Story. It's so good so far. It's juicy. I believe everything in this book, too. I believe it all. Them ladies, I believe it all. Juicy. But I also dug out, all right, letting go. I also dug out my Prince coloring book. So it's Prince's, all his hits. It's called, it's so funny, The Greatest Hits Coloring Book. And it's all his hits. When Doves Cry. Delirious. I mean, it's like all his different hits. Let's Go Crazy. So I do actually, I know this person, J.K. Bowles. Hi, this is my late night talk show, Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr. I'm here every night from 10 to 11 on IG, just shooting the shit. Raspberry Beret. There's a whole bunch of these. Sign of the Times. I love this book. I forgot I bought this. But it's a coloring book. And I actually have coloring pencils and stuff. So I thought maybe I'll color my Prince stuff. Maybe I'll do something one day. What I'm doing is I'm creating stuff for myself to keep me busy and active, outside of I'm doing interviews. As you know, I do interviews. And so I've been interviewing everybody on the earth. This is my next week's schedule. I've done over 50 interviews in the last month, which is kind of a lot for me. But I've been interviewing all my celebrity friends and non-celebrity friends. I'm just like, everybody, come on, let's do a Zoom interview. And talk for, however long. And my goal is to share other things besides the virus with people, because our lives are seemingly stopped. And so I want to show people that they're alive. There's still some kind, we should keep some semblance of our life on there, whether it's online, which everybody's turning to online. I'm trying to do my part. And so I have a lot of people who love talking to me, and I love talking to them. And so they've been very gracious with me over the last 32 days that I've been home. And we've been interviewing, and again, I keep getting, and I'm letting go. I keep forgetting. We got to set something up. I said hello that you were on. I meant to message you, and I totally forgot. To message you. So I'm writing a note to myself right now. I gotta use this thing. No, actually, I'll leave this here. I'm gonna use my little. I have note cards everywhere I write stuff on. So it's like message Mike Brown. So we gotta do one. For podcast. So I'll send you a message. You may not be on here still. I don't know if you're on here or not on here. This thing lags and giving me comments sometimes. But yes, we gotta I want to do something. So I have some slots open next week, or we could do the following week. I have openings the following week. So we're gonna be here for a while. Seriously, I'm trying to really adapt. I take things day by day, but I'm trying to adapt that. This is the current normal for a while. I'm not saying the new normal, just the current normal. And so I am just going to keep doing this until I'm doing the show until, it happens. And next Wednesday, next week, at this time period, Me and my friend Mayumi McKinley, who is a world-renowned therapist, we're doing our second episode of The Therapist and the Life Coach on here, 10 p.m. this Wednesday. We're talking loneliness and depression. Our last show we did was on anxiety. Thank you, Kim Recovery. Thank you. Still silly. Are you still silly? Are you still silly? I was trying to think the other day, too. I still silly. I've known you how long now at this point? I keep looking at my hair. Ugh. Well, you are good. Stay silly. That keeps you young. Actually, I'm actually tempted, you guys. I was super tempted to shave my goatee. 2005, only 15 years, cheese and crackers. But still, 14, 15, that's a long time, girl. That's half my life. I'm 30. No, just kidding. I thought about shaving my face and starting over. Every once in a while, this gets on my nerves. I just shave it all off. I thought about it, but I like my face. I like myself with facial hair, so it's kind of weird. But I'm just like, my hair grows back like weeds. It grows so fast. This is a month's worth of hair. From completely shaved to this. You'll half yours too. That's right, girl. If you're 30, well, I'm 32 also. Actually, I think I am older than you are, I think, actually, in real life. But yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been seriously going, just shave my whole face off. Screw it. Tear it all off. And I'll look 20 years younger, of course, when I do that. But I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Still doing a lot of videos. So I'm like, whenever I see I did it at AfterBuzz like 3 years ago. I had shaved my face. And I had a shaved head too. And I remember I see those episodes, I'm like, wow, I had no facial hair. But I feel like shocking people all of a sudden. Just like, screw it. Just shock everybody. But it will grow back. Luckily, I'm very fortunate. I have hair. I found some clippers. Hi, Leslie. I found some clippers, and I'm thinking about, but I'm interviewing some people this week, so I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. I'm going to decide. But I get bored with my looks. So I'm almost like, maybe I'll keep my hair long for a while. But I did find some clippers that, I don't know how old they are. They're like, I'm an organizer, so I've been digging through stuff. But these things, I mean, Conair is a name, right? Conair is a name. So I found some clippers. So I'm almost tempted to try to shave my face, shave my head. I have never shaved my own head. I always tell people that one of my luxury items is getting my hair did. I like someone else, like a barber. I used to go to a good old barber, preferably a black barber. But I've gone to others. But to go in there and go for the experience and have them just like, and shave it and give me the hot stuff. I love the whole bit. Lining up my goatee, the whole thing. I love the experience. But since that's not happening anytime soon, maybe I'll do an unboxing of this too. I was just like, maybe it's time for me to do it myself. Oh yeah, it's clippers. It's all in here. It's like real important. Learn how to function properly. It's clippers. Cut his hair. Aww. Ricardo's particular about his hair. He's very particular. I have the guards. So I do have it. I'm tempted. I am really tempted. Leave a little tiny brush. Well, thank you. Yeah, Conair is a brand. It is. It's a brand. So I'm just like, it's saying, but it has a note, it has a warning on it. Like, why is there a warning on it? To function properly, adjustment must be made to power screw. Oh. Why is it wet in here? Let's look at this thing. Why is it greasy? Like, it shouldn't be greasy already. Oh, my beauty. Hi, girl. I just put out some clippers. I'm like looking at these clippers. So there's an instruction book. Okay, so I'll look at it. But I may have a new look, kids. I may have a whole new look. Who knows? Like I said, I get bored easily. I gotta clean it. I think I clean this thing, I think. It has oil. It has oil. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, that's what it feels like, oil. Girl, I don't know. I walk into a black barber and say, shave me. While I'm reading Jet magazine. No. I know I just aged myself. Oh, I could have said right on or black beat. So I got clippers. I found them in my house, but I'm just like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, we're talking. We're talking. I did an unboxing of my new. Look at this cute little sewing machine I have. It's a sewing machine. Isn't this cute? So I'm going to learn how to sew. And then I have my clippers. I might cut my hair. And then I started crocheting today. At 51 years old, I'm learning how to crochet. And this is my third chain that I've done. I'm working on there. So I'm learning how to crochet. I'm left-handed. I had to go online and find a person to do it. So, but my thing is by Dressmaker. It's cute. Dressmaker brand. So I am learning all this stuff. I'm going through. I have a second bedroom, and I'm going through all this stuff. Some of it was my mother, some of it was stuff that I brought from San Francisco, but I just hadn't gone through. I've been organizing myself. I am a one man band. I'm gonna have JLJ fashion. My grapes are coming in. I'm gonna have JLJ wine. I have my loquat jam. I'm gonna work it all out. I'm working this shit out. You know me, but I have all this time. I have all this time in the world. So I'm like, I'll make James Lott Jr. scarves. I don't know, blankets. I got all kind of stuff going on. I'm like, but the thing is, for me, it's just it keeps me going. It's like it just keeps me going, and it keeps me entertained. Because, like I said, I have been home 32 days, so I give myself stuff to do besides work. Again, these are my interviews for next week. So far, but the week is fifth Monday through Friday. It's filled up. It's filling up. So I got more coming. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple people. But yeah, I'm going through stuff. I'm throwing away a lot of stuff, just getting rid of it. We just had I don't know if you guys have it in your neighborhoods. We have like once every 6 months a giant pickup. Because I know normally you can call the disposal people and waste people. You can schedule a pickup. So I did that. I've lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Sacramento, California, and of course LA and San Francisco. And I spent a lot of time in New York City. I've never lived there. Somewhere you're kidding? My Scrabble, which was my Chihuahua, has been gone. This month it'll be 3 years. Not this month. In August it'll be 3 years. I miss him every day. So I understand that. So I'm going through stuff, getting rid of things, and I'm trying to use the things I have in my house. You know what I mean? I'm trying to use stuff. It's an organizing thing. Wherever's my house, try to actually use it. And I found mugs, like my this mug. I'm finding mugs. I'm finding glasses that I like. I found this glass. Hold on, thoughts. So the other night, I showcased this glass. I found I had a companion piece, but it's with a black thing. It's great. So San Francisco, when was I there? So I was there from 1993 to, stop at my house, I know. 1993 to 2008. So I was there 16 years, basically, for the most part. It's like 16 years. I left January 2009 to come back to LA. You remember Scrabble, my little baby, my baby Scrabs. He was the best Chihuahua on earth. He had such attitude. I loved him. But I was there in 1993. I got to San Francisco right when... So I was in Sacramento before that. And so I used to go to San Francisco to visit all the time. It was only an hour away by car. And AIDS had hit really heavily. So my friends were dying around me. I was this young kid. I was a nurse, and they were all dying. They were all just dying. Everybody's dropping dead. So when I got to San Francisco in 93, it was the first rebirth. The first AZT drugs and stuff were hitting in. People were starting to live a little bit. It was like a rebirth. And so when I got to San Francisco, we were all moving. There was a huge folks. We were all coming. And before the .com boom, it was everything. We were coming there. We were all in our 20s. And I came as a group. There were like 5 of us who all moved to this one giant flat, this 2-bedroom flat in South of Market. The neighborhood was seedy. The street was called Natoma. It was near South Van Ness and 15th. And the street we lived on had gangbangers down one street. So one part of the street, there was Mexican gangs. The other part were us new folks moving in. And we were young. I mean, these are things you do when you're young. I was 24 years old. I moved there. And I moved there in the summer. So I come from Sacramento where it's 110 degrees every summer. You go to San Francisco in the summer and it's 5 degrees. I did not realize the summers in San Francisco, now the whole Mark Twain quote makes sense. The summers in San Francisco were the coldest winters. I learned about the fog rolling in over Twin Peaks. I learned about you live on a peninsula surrounded by water. I mean, there was a lot of things I learned about being in San Francisco with the weather. It was crazy. But it was 5 of us. We're all around the same age. We were in this giant house. 5, so randomly RJ, somebody I've known for 15 years is in here. It's still silly. She knows some people I'm going to talk about. So it's my friend David. You know David, Alicia, you know David. And Nick. So it's David, Nick, and I. Tara, my girl Tara. I'm still friends with these people to this day. It's so funny. We're still friends. 30 years later, we're still friends. Tara, and our friend Deb. And we all lived in this house together. And we piled in. And we all had jobs. I worked like 3 jobs. It was busy. I had a kid, so I was busy helping raise my sister Monica, so I was dealing with that. I hadn't met Michelle yet. Michelle came a year later. And Michelle didn't live there with us. She lived with her boyfriends. But I met Michelle a year later at Camelot Music. And that's where I met Andrew, who we both know and are still friends with to this day. Andrew worked at Chic Shoes. And that's how he used to come into Camelot Music all the time. This skinny, long-haired kid. And there's another guy named Dan who used to come in all the time and would visit me and Michelle all the time. And we were total mall rats. It was completely the mall rats in the 90s. But anyway, that's another story. But when I got there, that's when the boom happened. And so jobs were happening, and all of a sudden, clubs were popping up again. And house music was becoming really big. Techno was really big. It was becoming this big thing. And so when I went there, I remember going to a club back then it was called Pleasure Dome, and there was one called Colossus. Colossus was Saturday night, and Pleasure Dome was Sunday night. They're these big, you have these huge, we're friends to this day still, except for one. Only one person I'll talk to. The rest, we're all still friends. We still talk. I'm godfather to Tara's son. So, it's kind of crazy. He's 16 years old now. It's like really crazy. I talked to David the other day. And Michelle I've known, her family's from LA, so we talk all the time too. But anyway, so these clubs were huge. And then also, I remember getting jobs. I used to work as a waiter. I got jobs as a waiter. I got a job place called Headlines, which was a famous chain of stores in San Francisco. It was we used to call it Gay Mart because it was very much like a Kmart meets Target meets Head Shop meets Gay Place. It was like this crazy thing. And I worked there, and I worked in Levi's jeans. I could fold a mean jean wall, folks, a mean jean wall. But it was exciting. It was like an exciting time. It was sad and exciting because people still were dying also. But it was a very political time. I love Tales of the City, of course. I remember when they were a column in the newspaper. I met of course Armstead years later at a function. I started getting into community activism. I was part of Act Up Sacramento for a little bit, but then I got to San Francisco. I started doing stuff with Black Brothers Esteem and always been placed in the NSF AIDS Foundation and Hardy Milk Institute. I was a board member. I was a board chairman of a board. It was an exciting time. And it was expensive to live there, but it wasn't as expensive. So we lived in this 2-bedroom flat with a garage, and me and Nick each had a car. I had a 90 Hyundai. That's when I had a Hyundai. And it was on its last leg anyway. And he had a Honda Civic or whatever. And we had a garage, we had a backyard, and we had a cute little front yard. And we only paid $450 a month. $450 split 5 ways. It was crazy. So we did that, and then it went up. So I did that for a while, and then I had little odd jobs, and I was working at Headlines, and I worked at a video store called Gramophone. Remember video stores? I used to work at a video store. I used to work at a watch place called Watch Zone. It's not even there anymore either. And I'm friends with those people who I used to work with there too. Kind of crazy. The songs. Somebody asked the songs. Unheard of, $450. Unheard of. I know. It was crazy. That place now goes for like $5,000 a month or something like that, I heard. So it's crazy. And that whole area has changed. Everything's been gentrified. In the Mission area, all that's been gentrified. I don't even recognize it anymore when I go back over there. I don't know when the last time you were over there. Still silly, but so DJ Steve Flores, I'm about to talk about music. DJ Steve Flores. They were asking about my time in San Francisco in the '90s. We're about to talk about that. And so I mentioned on the show before, randomly, RJ, that there's a store called CD Record Rack. It was in the Castro on 18th Street, and these two DJs opened it. They're both dead now, unfortunately from AIDS. But they opened this place. It was because Tower Records was on Market Street. I love me some Tower Records. I miss Tower Records. It was Tower Records, and down the street, Streetlight Records. And when Streetlight closed, I was so sad. Oh my goodness. And when Tower closed, I was so sad. Tower was upstairs. You had to walk upstairs. And I used to go it was New Release Tuesday. And I was going through those 45s. I was going through the 12 inches. I mean, all the CD singles. I mean, I was like, that was the thing. Yeah, you guys know DJ Steve Flores. He's been in here many times. So you guys say hi to him. Yeah, Tower Records. I have a t-shirt that says Tower Records still. I love my t-shirt. But CD Record Rack was a place for all the DJ mixes. And the DJs there would actually sell their mixes from the clubs. So when I used to go to Pleasure Dome, Colossus, the Box, the Cafe, they had one called, it was the Midnight Sun. There was another place called the Phoenix. There were a lot of places, the Pendulum. There were a lot of places that were there that played all this music. You could actually buy it at CD Record Rack. So you actually a lot of the DJs, I met many of them there. I years ago I met Frankie Knuckles, I met Steve Harness, I met Steve Sig Hurley. I mean, a lot of my idols I actually got to meet while at this DJ place looking at records. And they would tell you what they were going to play next and what was hot. And I used to make tapes. I used to make mixtapes, play in my store back when you had to play tapes. And I sold some to people. And people have told me to this day, we're talking mid 90s. We're talking, this is 25 years later. Some of them have the tapes I made them. They still have them. So for me, back in the day, I mean, back when, we're talking lots of bouncy house music, lots of Deborah Cox and CeCe Peniston and Kim Sims and I'm thinking all these girls. It was a lot of the girls, of course. Black Box and Delight, and every time Mariah Carey came out with a remix, we played the remix, whatever that was. Everything. I remember everything having a remix. I remember everything. I remember in the '90s. I loved the Cardigans. They had a song "Love Me, Love Me." Hey, not you love me. That song had a remix. Tori Amos came out with that Professional Widow remix. That was huge for a while. I remember everything had a remix. Michael Jackson had remixes. I'd buy all his remixes. I remember he came out with a bunch of remix CDs for the History album, and they actually remixed some of his older stuff. There's a Moby version of "Beat It" that I love. I love it. Aaron Jones Wesley. All these folks I like are coming in here. This is my late night talk show. Talk a lot with James Lott Jr. That was Joe Monda. Got a love for you. That was Joe Monda. I remember that group. I love that. Yeah, Joe Monda. Yes, I love them. They were good too. Well, a lot of those groups. They all had Ex-Girlfriend. Then it was TLC, of course. And they all had remixes. So tomorrow, let's see what DJ Say Flores is telling us. Join me tomorrow on my Instagram live feed, virtual Sunday Fun Day Tea Dance, 5 to 6. It's disco. I'm going to remember that this time because I love disco. When we started, I was a disco baby. Well, I was a disco kid. I wasn't even a baby. I was a disco kid by then. I remember disco when it came out. I love disco. So so if you guys aren't following him, DJ Steve Flores, he's a cutie. He's talented. He's working it out. I still don't believe how old he is because he's trying to say he's like almost as old as I am, and I don't believe him. He looks too good. But anyway, so I remember a lot of big beat music. I remember trance music was big for a while there too, and I remember hey, you folks, there's a song that came out. It was literally 30 minutes of like birds tweeting or whatever, and I think it was called the Blue Room or the Cloud or something. It was a group from England. I can't think of the name right now of them. I'm blanking out. But they had other hits later, but it was like, there was their big first kind of hit. And it was literally like instrumental and like things tweeting. Oh no, it was just crazy. And it became a big hit. And I'm thinking, is it the Blue Room? I can't remember. It was something like that. I can't remember what it is. Um, I know. So yeah, disco on a Sunday. I used to go to tea dances on a Sunday. I remember going to San Francisco. Of course, it got sad at when people started dying of AIDS. I used to go to I-Beam. And I go to Bay Area, go to Fluffy Clouds. Thank you, DJ C. Flores. Fluffy Clouds. That was the song. My friend played that one day. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is just some tweeting and shit. Like, what's going on here? And it was a huge hit. But I do like my songs like Opus 3, It's Gonna Be a Fine Day, and all those kind of songs. I love those. I was a big fan of those. Everything But the Girl, Missing You, and all those songs. I love those. I love all that stuff. I love me some Tricky and some Trip Hop. I loved me some Massive Attack. I mean, the 90s had such a wide range of music. I mean, we had this talk the other night on the show. The 90s really ranged in music. So, I mean, I liked all that stuff. And I had friends who go to Europe all the time and come back with music. And I said I had my DJ friends, my friends from Europe, my cousins in Holland. They all would come back with music and play stuff for me. I'm like, what's that? What's that? What's that? I love it. Chemical Brothers, early Daft Punk, remember, it was the Hexter remixes. It was the Thunderpuss remixes. Remember how big those were at the time? The Full Intention remixes. I was all about I Love America, the remix, the remix. The Full Intention mix was my song on the dance floor. There was nothing like that. It's like nowadays the kids don't even know anymore. The kids have no idea what real dance music is. Club 69 remixes, that's right. Remember Funky Green Dogs, Until the Day? That was my song. The Club 69 mix of that. Junior Vasquez. I met Junior actually several times. The name of the song is Fluffy Clouds, but I think it's called Big Fluffy Clouds, or I forgot who sings it. I love 90s music too, I do. But Junior Vasquez mixes, he was out there remixing everything. Oh, his mixes were the bomb. And I got to meet him and he was super nice. Because of course he did the Madonna stuff, and I was like, oh my God. His remix of Secret and all that stuff was really good. But yeah, it was the DJs were big. The DJs were the big thing. Early Pharrell and Neptunes. I loved early Khalees. I loved NERD. I loved all that stuff. And I said again, early Daft Punk. I really loved them a lot. I saw them in concert. They were really great back in the day. I loved Chemical Brothers, Star Guitar, and it all began in Africa. Those are my songs, especially. Dance music was my favorite back then. And we would dance 4 or 5 nights a week. We would go out and would just dance. Dance. Oh, you were born in 1980. That's why you're way younger than I am. I was like, yeah. You missed that time period. I grew up in a really good time period. Being born in 1969, I got the 70s, I got the 80s, 90s too. I lucked out. Rover Rosario, yes, that's another one too. That's a good song too. Another one. There's another one. Well, I was a big fan, Calvillis and Cole, of course, CNC Music Factory, but their other stuff also they did remix-wise. And Robbie Rob's Boricua Anthem, because I am Puerto Rican, is my favorite, of course. Deeper Love, one of my favorites. I mean, they really did some really good remixes of other people's stuff. They were a remix of Lisa song, Let the Beat Hit 'Em, that I love. I do. So I mean, because I'm also a little Louis Vega fan. I loved his early dance work with Mark Anthony. When I first heard Mark Anthony, "Ride in the Rhythm" was my song, and I was like, Mark Anthony. Oh, okay, he's Puerto Rican too. Okay, I loved that early music of his. It was like, oh my God, you guys, it's the last 2 minutes of the show. That's it, kids. It's the last 2 minutes. I do it for the hour. That's what I do. I do it for the hour, and we got me into music. That's a good song too. Dear Morales' remix of "I Like That." It's Like That by Mariah Carey. I love that. Good remix of that. You guys and ladies, thank you guys. I love you guys very much. Thanks for coming in. Hope everybody. Music does make people happy. Music is good. I love music. Yes, DJ C. Flores. I'm gonna make a thing for myself. I'm gonna set an alarm so I can be in there, have it on in the background, DJing with you, cutie. Thanks everybody for coming in. This is my talk show, Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr. I do it every night. This is episode 21. And I do this, it's just to help alleviate some of our late nights because we're just like, we're here. A lot of us are home. People have, yes, I'm going to do my crocheting. I'm going to continue crocheting. That people, that a lot of us have anxiety at night. Some of us feel a little lonely at night. If I give you an hour of something cool, that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do. as I do for you guys. But everyone, this story, if you're watching this story later, thanks for watching this and consider joining us late at night. Take a nap. Stay up later. I love you guys.